It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC West. It's the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
A month or two from now, the chilly hand of winter will certainly seize upon the Midwest. But for now, it's a great afternoon for football at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, two AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. But CD, this Chiefs club, you'd have to imagine well-positioned to make a run at repeating as Super Bowl champions. But it all starts and ends with number 15, and that, of course, the reigning league MVP, Patrick Mahomes.
And it's not just his talent, as you know, partner, because we've seen that on display. It's his leadership and the trust that the organization has in him to help bring along an offense and turn it into one of the league's best.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they're hoping to get this offense on track in year 2 under Russell Wilson. Charles, I wouldn't believe this. They were the lowest scoring offense in the league last year, just 16.9 points per game.
That means you have to change things up, and they certainly have. You talk about operating under new management. This team certainly is. I expect this offensive production to really rise. And Russell Wilson, I think we'll see much more of the Russell Wilson we've seen in the past.
A man who re-signed with the Chiefs back in May. Here's Jerick McKinnon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
That is pulled in by a diving Kelsey. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Sheds him off at the 45. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 52 yards. And the Chiefs need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Here comes third and the length of the football. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, they just watched the other team take the ball downfield and score, so they knew that this drive, this opening drive, was on them. And, boy, that was important to pick up that first down there and keep this one going.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
7 yards there and a first down. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents, because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a 7th and 8. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside, big, tall guys to make him try and throw over them and make his height work against him.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it second down and 12. Wilson. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Same connection, Dulcich once again. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Fighting down past the 45. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Alex Singleton making the play defensively. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
And nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone could potentially tie this game up. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Wilson. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Wilson's throw caught here by Dosich. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again is Wilson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
On third down, Wilson. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's fourth down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Lutz is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out looking real sharp in the second half.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we've come upon halftime here in KC with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We got a strong first half out of the running back, Isaiah Pacheco. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. The final adjustments taking place here for both of these squads. They're about ready for the second half in Kansas City. And for the call, we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either, so certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Finding Williams on the check down. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver's offense now set to go. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime makes had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. They'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll run again. And he will have the Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Again, it's Pacheco. Nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
3rd and 5. Back to throw. Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Butker's kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here is Wilson and the Broncos, trailing 10-3, a minute 14 to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here caught by Mims. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really any places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, it's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks, because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
Kansas City's offense now set ready to go. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and happen in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia puts it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, they play their defense.